So this is the first and demo session of LiveProject. Okay, so you're able to see the document, right? Sunita, I think you're in mute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today first we will discuss about the agenda that we are going to cover and what all benefits you will get. Let's first discuss why a live project. Okay, so I hope you already know about this. Come on. So I will tell you about just 1 minute about why a live project. Okay, then what is the basic stuff we need to understand is we'll do a complete understanding of end-to-end block of complete live project. Okay, let me do a end-to-end project under which lot of things will come. I'll come to that, and after that, at the end of the class or end of the session, we will different interview questions on it. Okay, on it means on the project. Okay, on the project. Fine, that this will be the last session. In the end-to-end project, what we're going to learn is important, like, sorry. First of all, under this end-to-end project, okay, so we need to have a clear understanding of about the project. So we'll first get the project information, project info, okay, or about the project. Are you able to view my page because it's flickering in my this one? Which page are you seeing now?
Live project screen only.
Okay, so it's something flickering. Okay, then we'll do the in general project overview. Okay, we'll discuss about the impact on company and customer. It's sometimes also known as the stakeholders, about stakeholders. Okay, after discussing this, we'll discuss about the assumptions. Okay, assumptions means what you're assuming that you should know before starting off these things. Okay, because without the assumptions it's not possible to start these things. So I'm assuming certain things like you know Java, you know Selenium, all this stuff. Okay, and also you're assuming something in project level also. Okay, that these things are available to us. Then we'll discuss different documents used in BAU. Okay, we'll discuss some BAU terms. Then we will discuss about the BAU activity. Okay. Then we'll understand about the application. Okay. Then we'll discuss about the test plan and strategy. Okay. Actually, under test plan and strategy, you should have your test scenario, test case. Okay. We'll discuss a little bit about the matrix, that is requirement matrix. Okay. We'll do all of the discussion over here. Okay. Next, under this, you will also have the test. Under test plan, or test plan is not there. Okay. Under test plan, you have the test stages, inside which you should have your test. Actually, it comes under test cases stuff, but I'm just writing the stuff what we'll discuss. Okay. Otherwise, we might miss it. So we'll have in test development, we'll have smoke, regression, we'll have PT, discussion. Okay. We'll not do everything. We'll just see how it works. Okay. If required, security. Okay. And all these things. So after this, hold on. Yep. So after test plan and strategy, we'll see in detail of the smoke test cases of different. We'll figure out in the scenarios what kind of phases are there. We'll divide into modules. We'll generate test cases of individual modules using by different phases. We'll do smoke scenarios, regression scenarios, and stuff. Okay. I'll also give one an example. Okay. So then we'll discuss about the interview questions and technologies. Okay, different technologies that our project is using. Okay, technologies of framework, especially framework. Then we'll have a framework overview. Different framework architecture. selection of framework based on application. We'll study this. Most of the stuff will be theory. Okay, so yeah, assumption, different BAU or terms, activities, application understanding. I think I have mentioned everything. We'll also discuss about, it's not here actually. Yeah, here only, out of scopes. So BA application understanding will understand in scope and out of scope. Terminology. Okay. What do you mean by that? When to use it and all this stuff. Okay. So basically it comes under your BAU terms, but this is more important. Okay. So any question on this syllabus part, what you will understand? So basically you will get two projects. One you can have hands-on experience. Another one which you will just see. Okay, the live one. And both are live, but one you can have experience, another you can't. Any doubt in this, Sunita?
Nothing.
Okay. So after understanding these things only, you can have you can put these things in your resume. Okay. Basically, all these things you will not get anywhere else where you can means normal class will be not having. Okay. So let's start with um, why live project and the basic assumptions that I'm going to do. Okay. So before starting, this is the agenda, end-to-end project, and I need also the requirements, prerequisites. Okay. Fine. So let's start from the understanding why live project. Okay. What is the point of understanding a live project and why you are doing? There are a couple of points, as you do not have a live project experience. So the first point is to have a experience. Okay. So from number one point, that is why live project. The first thing will be um, need experience. Feel the live working environment. Any other points? Resume, right? Any other point? Any other point? No. Okay. So these are the basic stuff that is why we need a live project. Okay. Let's get into that. Now we'll start with why you need the um, the pre-assumption that I'm doing before starting the project discussion. Okay, let me start it here. Assumptions. Okay, so the assumption that I'm doing is, number one, knowledge of complete Selenium with knowledge of complete Selenium. Okay, framework knowledge. Framework knowledge. Then we need Java knowledge. Okay. Um, okay, this is the assumptions that I'm doing, that you have knowledge on all these things. Okay, like Excel file manipulation, flat file manipulation, XML, all those things. Okay. Java basic would be fine on basics to advanced level, but you have all those things, whatever you need. Okay. So these are the assumptions that I am taking. Based on this, I will start this class. So let's start with the basic discussion about the project. Okay, what is our project and what is all about this and stuff. So from the project, before starting the project, currently I'm not taking any project name. Okay, the basic idea is I will just do the overview, what all the stuff can be involved in a project. So whatever I'll tell now, it implies to both the project that I'm going to give you. Okay, so first thing is about, whenever you're talking about any project, okay, the first thing you should understand about that project is the domain of it. Hmm? So let's talk about the domain of the project. Sorry, number 3 is actually about project. It implies to both the project, whatever I'm telling now. Okay, so can you tell me what you understand about the domain? Sunita, Sunita, am I audible to you?
Yeah, no. Okay, tell me.
Yeah. So my question is, what do you understand about the project? So basically, as you are the only person who is in the class, it will be morely interactive. Okay.
Okay.
So please be active. So what do you mean by domain of a project?
I think platform of project.
What do you mean by platform of project?
Java, Selenium, manual.
No, no, no. That is the language used for that project.
Okay.
So when we talk about project, it's not Java Selenium. Okay. That is the tools or technology language that you're using to test the project. When you talk about project, that is a project on, it's the application under test. Okay. So it's also known as AUT. So whichever terminology I will talk, so on the flow we will talk about a lot of terms. Okay, so this particular one, BAU terms and BAU activity, we'll discuss during complete flow. Okay, there is no separate session will be for that. So first thing is AUT. So wherever I'll talk a term, what I'll do, I'll mark it with some color. Okay, let me make it red. Okay. So
Okay.
AUT. What do you mean by AUT? Do you know that?
No,
AUT
maybe
is the acronym for application under.
test.
Correct. So generally, it is very vital and important in an interview that you at least remember all the acronyms. Okay, or
Okay.
you use these short terms. As per the BAU, I'm doing this. The AUT is not work was it was down. AUT is not good in backus environment. It's not bad in mass. Something like this. Okay, there will be lots and lots of acronyms that generally experienced people use during the process of an interview. Understood the concept? That is why if you're not good at the acronyms, then a interviewer will easily caught that you do not know anything about the, you don't have any life experience. Okay,
Okay.
so the main agenda of all the people means who will take this live project session is to show the project in the interview so that they'll have something to speak. Am I right?
Yeah.
Especially in India. Hmm? In other country, it is not required. Okay, so they do not see any project details. They just see which client you are working for and stuff, and what are the technologies and platform you have used. Okay, they don't care about what project you are doing. Hmm? So
Okay.
now this is the project. So now application under test is the application on which you are performing the testing, the application for which you are doing testing, for the application which you are hired to do a test on and result a quality product, quality output. Okay, so so make sure you use all these terms like quality output. Okay, um, yield, result, or yield output. Okay, then so if you are using these terms, it's it's proves that you know about this. Okay, you should not say generating output and all these things. You should have a proper terminology for that. Okay, so like how people talk in the business world. Okay, so you should also talk exactly the same while in an interview. Okay, so now why that is okay. So domain, what is domain? Domain is about the application. So from the hint, can you think anything? What is domain now? It's not. Is your Java and Selenium is the application?
No.
What are those?
What we are doing in project, our outputs and what we are performing.
Mm, no, my question is, what are Selenium and Java?
Languages.
Java is language. I understood, but what are those things? Those are just the tools that we use to perform test. Okay,
Yeah.
on the on the application. Okay, now domain is something which defines the area of your AUT. Okay, understood. Now which type of what is the AUT?
Application
On
under test.
we define the category to be specific. It's not area, it have to be category. Okay, understood. Now if I talk about let's give an example to you. A loan IQ syndicate, Okay, no. Let's give example like, you know, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal application. Then what is the domain I was talking about?
What is the domain?
Okay, let me ask in this way. What is your qualification actually, Sunita?
B.
In what is the domain?
Okay, B only.
BE on what? What is your domain?
Computer science.
Correct. Understood now. What are other domains available in BE?
So many is there.
Tell me.
Civil, EC, electronical,
Hmm,
mechanical, like that.
correct. Similarly, in AUT you have lot of domains. Okay. It
Okay.
can be of type. Let me give example so that you will have an understanding. Okay. It can be of banking, healthcare. Give more example. What can be more domains you can think of?
Business.
These are all one on business only. Banking business. All the application which you are using to do banking application comes under banking domain. Okay. All the
Okay.
application which is used in medical and stuff comes under healthcare domain.
Okay.
Similarly, what other domain you can think of?
That means hmm, Flipkart, Amazon, all are domains only now.
Tho- all our application, those comes under which domain? Have you heard about e-commerce?
Okay.
Hmm? Sorry. E-commerce is the domain for them. Okay. Any other domain you could have think of? Tell me. Think little bit. Retail, gaming,
Retail.
retail application is also there, right? Lot of retail
Yeah.
application. Insurance, tell me, security, correct?
Yeah.
Like this, lots of domains will come. Can you give couple of examples from each application example? Healthcare. Do you know any healthcare application?
Healthcare.
Can you tell me some application which deals with healthcare domain?
Okay, 1 minute I will tell. Care application.
Have you used any?
Healthcare means fitness.
Okay, fitness is another domain actually.
Okay. In fitness, we have to give the business names.
Fitness is the domain. For
Okay.
example, let me tell you. Have you heard about Practo?
No.
Just Google it, Practo.
Okay.
Do Practo. Right now, Google it.
Okay.
What is the description of it?
Appointments with doctors.
What it is providing?
Appointments with doctors.
Correct. So if let's say you need a particular appointment in some reason due to some doctor. Let's say you are new to a place, or you want the information about the good skin doctor around you, correct?
Okay.
So Practo is an application which comes under healthcare domain. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, the software they are using inside ambulance, the software they're using in hospitals. Okay. So when you go to hospital, they have your database, correct? So all
Yeah.
those applications are healthcare, comes under healthcare domain. Okay. Let's talk about banking. Do you know any banking software?
Yeah. Online banking.
Correct. So all those online application like SBI, SBI,
HDFC. ICICI.
HDFC, ICICI, or not only that, all the application that bank use internally. For example, let's say loan IQ, which they use inside for the tellers, branch tellers. Okay, inside bankers will be using some application to get deposit, manage your fund, get your loan approved, and all these things. You have a application to maintain your CIBIL score, correct?
Yeah.
There are lots and lots of application are there. So all
Yeah.
those comes under banking domain.
Banking only.
The application which are serving to a particular this one, that is banking domain. For example, now give me some example of fitness domain.
Fitness domain means
Any application or website or anything
yeah,
you know
we
which.
have to maintain our food and our timings.
Huh, what is the name of the application?
Name of the application means
Huh, which will be telling what is the nutrition you should take as
yeah.
per your body structure or something, age and everything, BMI and everything.
Okay, their Google Fit.
Google Fit, correct, that comes under fitness domain. Very good, very good. E-commerce, now give some example of e-commerce.
E-commerce means Amazon, Flipkart, like that.
Good, good. Those are all coming under e-commerce, correct?
Um,
The another domain I can remember, logistics.
Logistics.
You know what is logistics, right?
No,
What?
I don't know.
Logistics, like you are sending a package via any to your friend who is in a different state. Let's say you are sending from Bangalore to Delhi. How you will send it?
Okay. Post.
By post. So postal is the application which works in logistic domain. Okay, but basically post office is not software, correct? But still
Yeah.
that is one um,
We have to
application.
use Gmail or Facebook.
Uh-huh. So you still have, for example, you do a courier. Okay,
Yeah.
think about the you send a speed post. You have something to track your post, correct? Application.
Yeah.
So that comes under logistics domain. Okay,
Okay.
you send a courier to your friend and you use, let's say, DTTC courier in India. Okay, so that is also coming under. They will be using some application. They have a website, portal. All those things comes under logistics
Logistics.
domain. Okay.
Okay.
So inside this domain, there are lots of different type of softwares. I hope you understand, right? So if
Yeah.
it's for online banking, there's software for maintaining the fund, software for maintaining the history of the customer, software for doing the transaction, counting the notes. All these things are there, correct?
Yeah.
Those are coming under banking domain. Similarly, logistics. Similarly, retail. If you think about retail, there are gaming. Lot of applications are currently there, and gaming, like all those games like FIFA, all this different games is coming on Facebook. You are playing so many games in the mobile. All these those are coming under gaming domain. Okay. Insurance, so LIC, Tata Life, AIG, lots of insurance company are there, and they're using thousands of application to do a lot of work. So all those application comes under insurance domain. Okay, to improve the security, for example, you have the antivirus
And
softwares, correct? Those
Yeah.
things are coming under security domain. Okay.
Okay.
Now the task to you is tell me 3 application and tell those application belongs to which domain.
Okay. For security, we have so many antiviruses there.
I already told that, so don't do that.
Okay.
So I am
In
telling, tell me one application name. For example, I'll say Amazon.com. It comes under e-commerce domain.
e-commerce.
Like this, you tell 3 application which I have not told and comes under which domain. Even if the domain is not listed, I am okay.
Okay.
Quickly think, take 30 seconds, think and tell me. Let me tell you one domain which I have not mentioned here. Okay.
Domain.
Telecom.
Yeah.
Now tell application name which belongs to telecom domain.
For telecom, there is so many
One example, sir.
wireline connections is there. Airtel Idea like that.
Okay. Any application, can you be specific?
Any application means for calling purpose or receiving send messages.
Good, good, good. Those are all applications that you are using in mobile and that belongs to telecom domain. Any other example of telecom domain application? Are you using internet?
Yeah.
Which internet you are using?
Idea.
Get an so any, how you are paying the bill?
Online. Otherwise, in outside
So on,
Paytm.
no, online if you are
Recharge.
paying, fine. When you use Paytm, so that comes under, Paytm comes under which domain, can you tell me?
Paytm. E- okay. Wait. E-commerce.
Why e-commerce? It
No,
cannot be
it's
banking.
not insurance retail. Fitness health.
It's actually cross domain. Lot of domains are inside it. Okay.
Okay.
You can buy stuff, you can buy ticket, you travel domain also it will come. It is coming under lot of things, right? You can transact the stuff, transaction also you can do. It comes under banking also, something like that. Okay, it's a mix of, it's a cross domain, you can say cross domain platform.
Okay.
It is addressing to multiple domains. Okay,
Okay.
so Paytm is a multi-domain application. Okay,
Okay.
understood. Now,
Mul-
huh?
In multi-domain applications only all those type will come.
No,
Paytm free charge.
free charge is only telecom. You are only charging, right? You are only recharging the stuff. Are you doing anything else? But in Paytm, you are buying,
No, by using free charge also we are paying bills.
paying what?
Bill.
What else you do after that?
After that, no, nothing.
So in Paytm, you can transact money from one to another, correct? In Paytm, you can buy stuff, goods, goodies, correct? In
Yeah.
Paytm, you can book flights, tickets, so it comes under travels domain also. In
Okay.
Paytm, so getting my point. So it is addressing multiple domains. So it is a multi-domain application. Okay.
Okay.
Can you give me one
In
example of travel domain? Tours and travels.
travels means booking tickets from where to where and which date.
Give one application, AUT example. I'm not telling what that domain should do. I'm asking, give one example of the application. Hello?
Make my trip.
Good, very good. So MMT is one of the example, correct?
Yeah.
So let's take few example here. MMT, Yatra, etc. Okay. Now, if you think about e-commerce, let me give Amazon, Flipkart, correct?
Yeah.
Snapdeal and so on. Okay, etc. Think about um, anything fitness, and I hope you understood now, right? Now there
Yeah.
is something known as subdomain. So subdomain is something, is like your application belongs to what type of domain. After domain it comes like your application is of what type. Okay, means what is the purpose of your application. For example, now let's say you have an application designed in your company. Okay, so just to be clear, I'm not providing any help of the company. Okay, the experience I'm not giving you, I'm only giving you the project. Okay, so you have to
Okay.
put the company name, whichever
Yeah.
company you are doing, because there are a lot of verification and this stuff involved. I can only help you in projects. Okay, so
Yeah.
now subdomain is something, once you develop the application, that application is designed and developed for some purpose, correct?
Yeah.
Without any purpose, do anybody develop or design any application?
No.
Can you tell me one application name quickly? Any
Any,
application, any domain? Yeah.
you take e-commerce application, Flipkart, Amazon, anything.
Amazon? Okay.
Okay.
Tell me why Amazon has been developed. What it
For
does.
shopping purpose.
Who will do shop?
What?
Who will get benefited from this?
We only. We are saving our time.
Okay. So customers are getting, we are known as customers, correct?
Yeah.
Who else will get benefited using Amazon?
Customers only.
Who else apart from customer?
Who developed that?
Sorry?
Who developed that application? Those also benefit
No, no, no. Application is the intermediator.
end users
End users is the customers. Who is the other side of the application?
who are
Software
working
person.
for them.
No, no, no. Who are selling the products? Amazon is selling products or what? No, right?
Yeah.
Who is selling products? All the small shops, right? Or
Yeah.
retailers, correct?
Mm.
So Amazon is the mediator between the business who are doing retail shop or some small business to whom?
Customers.
Customers. So it is business to customer centric application. Okay, that
Okay.
is known as business to customer, also known as what? B2, B2C. Okay,
Okay.
let's take an example of OLX. Okay,
Okay.
what OLX do?
Mm, OLX what will do means selling.
Who sells? Who
Who,
sells in OLX?
who? Customers only.
And who buys those?
Customers.
Very good. So that is
Customer.
customer to customer, correct?
Yeah.
Otherwise known as C2C. Understood?
Mm.
Next, let's take example of uh, I don't know if you know that or not. Let's take example of um, same Amazon only. Okay, it have another block which serves other business as well. Okay, business to business. It's not there in Flipkart and Snapdeal, but Amazon does serve business to business. Means one, you have a shop, you want to wholesale those product to another shop. Okay, so it's like business to business. Okay,
Okay.
no end customers involvement is there. Understood? For
Yeah.
example, Now your consultancy is there. Consultancy is providing the resources to the company, correct?
Mm.
Now the relationship, the business between that consultancy and the company known as B2B, business to business. Understood?
Yeah.
Now let's say you are working in some company which buy the raw product from other companies. Correct? Company doesn't invent everything internally. It just buys different product from different stuff, integrate it, and create a new product and sell it. Correct? So those things are like business to business. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Good. So it can be either B2C or C2C or B2B or C2B also is there. Okay?
Okay.
C2B. So these are all different types of subdomain that is possible. So now it is not mandatory that you will have a subdomain of any project. Okay? But
Okay.
generally, yeah, you do have. Understood?
Okay.
In some application, it is also possible to have multiple subdomains. For example, Amazon. It also serves B2C as well as B2B. Okay.
Okay.
eBay also. eBay is an application which is B2C, B2B as well as C2C. Customer can also sell. OLX, Flickr, all these things are one application which serves C2C, customer to customer. Okay. So you think about WhatsApp, what it does. It's customer to customer. Facebook, customer to customer. Correct.
Customers.
So it's only we are related, no one else. Correct.
Yeah.
So this is known as the subdomain. I hope you are clear now. Correct.
Yeah.
So we understood domains. We understood subdomain. Okay. So
Okay.
just these are also one terms that you should remember: domain, subdomain, and B2 B2C, C2C. So when they will ask the question that what kind of application it is, so let's say you are putting some application name ABC. So basically, I was working in the application ABC, and it is comes under B2B. Okay, are you getting my point? You don't have to explain like what is B2B. It is something like a one-shot tell, and everybody assumes that you know what it is. Are you getting my point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. अरे Oh, where are the colors? Everything went off. Hold. Okay, fine. Understood. Now, let's go next and talk about the environment. Okay, what do you mean by environment?
Environment.
So, what do you understand by environment?
Which environment we are working
Huh.
that is
What is the understanding of environment to a layman? If I'll talk about if I'll tell the word environment, what a layman would understand.
I think with which project we are working.
If you go and talk to my mom, who is a homemaker, what is the environment? What she will answer? Layman means that, right? Who doesn't
Okay.
have any relation to software. So what do you mean by environment now? For a layman perspective, I'm asking.
home environment too.
Sorry? Are you getting my question?
Yeah.
Just tell what you understand, just tell me anything. No need to be, I'm not doing exam here, okay? Just tell me what you're understanding so that I can correct it.
Which in our side, which surroundings is there?
Good, good. What
Conditions.
else? Hmm.
What we are doing that place.
What you're doing doesn't matter. Surroundings is right. What else? Different components around you, different objects around you, the temperature, the place,
Place.
the number of people,
Everything.
everything matters, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, when you are in testing world
Okay.
of software industry, the application can be in any environment. For example, you stay in Bangalore, the environment will be different. When you go to Hyderabad, the environment will be different. When you go to Delhi, the environment will be different. If you go to Madras or Chennai, the environment will be different, correct?
Yeah.
If you go to Cherrapunji, the environment will be again different. Similarly, your application under test, AUT, will have different environment. For example, it can have Windows,
Okay.
OS. Okay, let's not talk about specific. It signifies what OS it is using, okay, and
Okay.
also what kind of server it is using, application server or web server or whatever it is using, okay, app server or web server, okay. Then it also depends on what language used, correct.
Okay.
It also depends on processor, architecture, correct. 64-bit, 32-bit, RAM size is this, that, and all these things, correct?
Yeah.
It also depends on network, which kind of network it is placed on, wherever the application is deployed, okay? So is it connected to everyone? Is it available in internet, or is it is only available to internal to the BT, okay? Sorry, internal to your company, and so on. Understood the point now?
Yeah.
Let's say the same application can also work in Linux. The same application can also work in Windows as well as Mac, correct?
Yeah.
Let's say the application is deployed in Linux box. You understand what do you mean by deployment? No, right? Let me tell you that first. When you are accessing facebook.com, is Facebook installed in your system? No, right?
Yeah.
Is it installed in your system?
No.
Do you install Facebook to access Facebook?
No.
How it works?
Directly you will go URL and there also you will.
Correct. So how it works? Actually, it is somewhere present in some system. Okay, it is installed in some system, and that system is connected to internet. Okay, so
Okay.
the system is open to the network, so that inside the network, when you connect to the internet, if you would give the address of that particular system where the Facebook is hosted, okay,
Okay.
or deployed, So those are then you will be able to access the application. Understood? So you can tell that deployment is nothing but kind of installing the application in some box which you are accessing. It's not your system, it's someone else's system somewhere, some part of the world, and
Okay.
everyone is using it. So that's called the deployment. Okay.
Okay.
Now whichever application you are working for, it can be Amazon, whatever application I will tell you, whatever project, that also need to be deployed or get or hosted. Generally hosted we use for websites, deployment we use for different application, other application. Okay, understood?
Okay.
Hmm. So then only you will be able to use that. So now if the application is deployed in Linux box and you are testing in Windows box, okay, the environment is different. And when the application is deployed in a Windows box and you are testing in a Mac system, the environment changes there, correct? Yes or no? So
Yeah.
you need to understand with what is the environment of your testing, on which environment you are testing. Sometimes what happens, they put a fixed name to the environments, fixed names, okay.
Okay.
This is not a terminology. You just, for example, I can say test in
Windows.
no. They don't. So let's say Windows with 22 GB RAM with 64-bit processor. If you're deploying it, having 320 GB of space, they put a name to it. Okay. Let's say ABC environment. I'll tell you in some company they put a proper name. For example, E2E environment, okay, E2E end-to-end environment. They put a alpha environment, okay.
Okay.
So they use proper name, alpha environment or beta environment, okay. So all
Okay.
these environment have individual setup. They have Mars environment, okay, different Pluto environment. They put any name, okay. But all this environment have a specific. So Pluto environment will be different, Mars will be different. Okay, beta environment will be different, alpha will be different, end to end will be different. Are you getting my point? Hello, am I audible to you? Hello, Sunita, am I audible?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Okay, so all these environments are different. Understood?
Yeah.
Hmm. So now let's say they will tell you to test in Mars environment. So you'll do the testing and same thing also work in beta environment and alpha environment. Are you getting my point? Maybe in beta environment it is Mac, and alpha it is Linux. In Mars it may be in some other server. Are you getting my point? Something and other will be different. You got the point? You got the point?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all for today class. Okay. I have to let me stop the recording. Thanks a lot for joining.